I have no idea. What is this, the 18 and a 28? I don't remember. Hi, this is Megan with a Morphic Field, and we're doing 28 days of support meditation constellations. I think this is day 18. I usually write it down. I didn't write it, so oh well. All right, we're going to get started. Having your tabletop in front of you, Post-its or little pieces of paper, kind of the size of Post-its, and a pen is what you need. You can follow along with this constellation at any time. I'm gonna flip my camera. All right. We're going to get started by taking a Post-it, getting some focus here, literally, metaphorically. Go ahead and write me on a Post-it. So ME, and then we draw that arrow up top, pointed out. That's the direction in which you're facing in the field. And we're just going to place ourselves like we usually do here with the support constellations in the center. And let's place our hand on me and begin to channel. So you're bringing in the information, energy, resonance, vibration of you, of me, and allowing the field to inform. So just dropping into the field, increasing your awareness, noticing what you're noticing. And let's just take a few moments to feel into that. How does the experience of life feel to you, occur to you right now? And what is your attention on noticing that? Perhaps the field is wanting you to see something right now, or to be aware of something, tuning into that. There may be a thought form that appears, a feeling, noticing in your body as well what is wanting your attention. How is the experience within your body right now? So increasing our awareness, our consciousness, seeing the information, feeling the information that we're receiving right now, tuning into this energy. So feeling the energy of us. Now let's feel your feet connected to the ground, feeling grounded. Feel that connection there. Feel the support. Feeling your present moment. So tuning into this present moment, this now, this awareness, this consciousness of now, being in the present moment. Let's go to bring our awareness to our head, our minds. Notice what's going on up there. And then bringing our focus, our awareness to our hearts. Noticing this heart space. And then drawing that connection from our mind to our hearts, connecting this space. And also connecting our consciousness, our awareness in our guts as well. Perhaps where we feel our emotions. Connecting all three of those areas. Okay, we're going to actually look at my self-critical part. So let's just bring this part in. My self-critical part. So perhaps some of you have been noticing this part. Maybe you haven't been noticing this part. So we're going to bring this part in and actually look at this part. So bringing this part to the surface, to the light. Perhaps this part has been nudging you in certain ways and you haven't been listening, or you have been listening and it's been overwhelming. So let's see how this part shows up for you. Placing your hand on my self-critical part, allowing this part to come in, to be seen. How does this part feel? What's the experience of this part? So when this part appears in you, noticing the experience when this part kind of drives the bus or takes over you. Perhaps there's a contention with this part. The sensation of this part could be pulling you down, holding you back. Could be a fighting kind of relationship that you have with this part, internal struggle. So just noticing how this part occurs for you. You may also be noticing underneath that is the primal emotions of this part. There could be a sadness, a lostness. And maybe you're seeing this part getting young. So notice how old this part is. You may also be seeing what happened for this part. Is this part stuck in a sort of trauma? So just seeing the story of this part. You can place your other hand on me. So one hand on my self-critical part and the other hand on me. So what's the experience that you have with this part right now? So noticing this relationship right now. Perhaps there's, from me to this, to my self-critical part, there's an acknowledgement of I see you. If that's there, please say that to this part of you. Noticing how this part has been showing up right now. And if there's an acknowledgement from me to thanks for showing me, please communicate that. And see how this part responds. Now that this has been brought to the surface, this, my self-critical part, it may have morphed. You may be seeing what's underneath that self-criticism. So if that's there for you, we can actually change what is written here. I'm actually going to write what's underneath, but you can actually write, whatever age that part is. So allowing that to morph, and so what's underneath could be this, broken hearted, whatever's there for you. And I'll just put an X as an unknown so that you can all place whatever's there for you. So perhaps replacing this self-critical part with what's underneath, allowing this part to fully come to the surface, what's really going on with this part. And let's let's add a few things. So on me, and always, you can do this at any time during a constellation. When you have me in the field, you can write anything on me. So anything that this part needs, and just feel into that. So maybe this part needs to be listened to. So you can write listening. And if you don't have the room on your piece of paper, you can add another piece of paper here. I'm also going to write compassion. Compassionate. And it feels like loving. So I'm just feeling into what this part has been needing from me, which is why it was feeling self-critical or being self-critical. It also needs understanding. So just feeling what that is for you. And comfort, embrace, actually a hug, literally a hug. And there's also a maternal love. So giving that to this part as well. And also paternal love as well. So just keep adding for yourself. Now noticing, as you do that, noticing how that shifts for this part. And if it feels appropriate to you, integrating this part with you so that you can fully give this part what it needs. And how you integrate is by placing this part underneath me. And you can feel into all those together. Feel the integration. So giving this part all that this part was seeking. You can also add some extra healing here as well by literally placing healing into the field. You can write healing on a Post-it. Just place it beside you or wherever it feels appropriate for you. So placing your hand on healing, let's have this come into the field. Noticing the energy of healing. Perhaps you're seeing our helpers on the other side, our support of the universe coming through. You may again notice it as an energy. So let's feel into the healing. So placing one hand on me, integrated, and your other hand on healing. Let's feel the receiving of this. This healing could be actually all around you. It may be a source energy as well. So keep receiving that. As we integrate these parts, again, seeing what what was behind the contention and seeing the source of separation from ourselves, and then giving these parts what they need, welcoming them back, integrating them, and then asking for healing in that. And if it calls to you, again, just as you receive that, just noticing if you want to integrate with healing or just have it placed in a different spot in your field. I'm actually going to integrate with it. So integrating with the energy of healing. And just feeling into that. Noticing that how that shifts in the body. This new healing energy. And this will continue to integrate as we continue in the constellation. Let's place in another, we're going to place in another part. And this keeps coming up in constellations. We're going to write my mojo. So my mojo with the arrow up top. And let's feel into your field. Where do you feel your mojo is? Just kind of, we're just going to kind of look at it. So just feeling where that feels for you. So placing your hand on my mojo, let's bring that in. So noticing where your mojo's been. Maybe your mojo's been with you and then sometimes it leaves. You can place your other hand on me as well. So let's look at your mojo. Maybe taking a step towards it. Maybe my mojo comes towards you. Let's just look at it for now. What's your relationship with your mojo? How does it occur to you? See if you can take your mojo back. If you can, go ahead and place it underneath you. See how that feels. Getting your mojo back. So let's place your hand on me integrated now with my mojo. What's the energy of that? Perhaps there's now a relationship with you and the outside world expressed through your mojo. There may be a new excitement. Maybe you're seeing yourself doing new things or different things, just noticing that. What's the inspiration there? The last thing we're gonna add, we're gonna call it magic of the universe. Magic of the universe, because why not? So let's look at the magic of the universe. Bringing that into the field in front of us, placing your hand on magic of the universe. If there's a movement of this, just noticing that as it makes its movement, it will give you more information. I'm just kind of noticing there's this type of movement. What do you see? What's the feeling of the magic of the universe? Who takes part in this magic? So let's look at it. One hand on me integrated with this part, healing and mojo. How does the magic of the universe occur to you? If you want to pull it to you, go ahead and do that. Notice if there's anything, what does the magic of the universe want to say to you or you to it? Communicate that. there may be a request from you to the magic of the universe, or a message from the magic of the universe to you. Give and receive those messages. And if it calls to you, integrate with magic of the universe. Let's feel that within you. Let's feel all of this within you. So placing your hand on me, integrated with this part, integrated with healing, integrated with my mojo, and now integrated with the magic of the universe. So integrated with all that you wrote on here. What's your awareness now? How does life and the experience of life now occur to you? Noticing your connection to the field, to the unseen, to the wholeness of you. Okay, and then we'll end this in just a moment. Ask the field, ask your guides, if there are any messages for you before we end this constellation. Just receiving those messages. And maybe it is an energy, a felt exchange, just receiving that. All right, I think we'll end this here. As always, you may put these Post-its somewhere special, leave them out, put them on a sheet of paper, kind of tape them and kind of flip through them at any time, feeling back into this integration, continuing to add to this integration as well. Maybe you look at the part first and then you integrate with it. Also continuing to receive messages as well. Does anyone want to share how that experience was for them? Rightly or wrongly? Kimberly says, rightly or wrongly, I've always felt like I'm a big magical, and that there's a sense of the magician being ever present in my life. This is a lovely integration to have brought together with healing. Bit magical, yeah. Not big magical, but bit magical. Yes. Thank you. Yes, presencing that magic. Yes, feeling that now. Thank you. Who else wants to? My mojo, Terrence says, my mojo means it's all good. Yeah. Interesting. I like that. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else want to share? Okay. I think we will end it here. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day, night, and ride many horses. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.